Hello everybody, it's your boy Hasboy82 here, and today we're coming back with another review. If I time this right, this came up the same day as, like if I actually am on top of my upload schedule, this should come out at the same time as the as the Jody Craig shooter review, and yeah, and we're looking at Grunt. This came in a lot sooner than I thought it would. Like, I don't know, I just didn't think I'd actually get a hold of him as fast as I did, but as fast as I did, even though all the overseas people already got him, and also all the, not overseas, all the people who did their imports already got him, and people who, like, actually stayed on top of this wave already got him. But hey, you know, I got him eventually. I just thought it would take actually a little longer than I did. I already got the tape cut on this guy. Let's get him open. I gotta keep the box sets, okay, but just pull him out of there. And he looks pretty good. No glaring issues on the actual... I'm sorry, I just gotta check everything for QCs then after that fucking Firefly issue, especially within this wave. It's the tackle box, 87. Weird ass ordering. Distribution on this wave has been just all over the place. Let's go ahead and get the tackle box open. That feels weighty. Even though I actually don't think there's a whole lot. It feels weighty because he's got a backpack, I think. Like a big backpack. Not that big, but a solid backpack, I suppose I should say. That's everything. He's in plastic ties. I guess this whole wave was in plastic ties, weren't they? Fucking weird. Well, let's cut the camera to when he's out of the tie. Alright, we got him out of the ties. Now let's grab him and get a look at him. You know, his holsters are actually on correctly. I've had a lot of issues with the leg holsters being really all over the place on figures when they come out the box. But that's nice to see. We're looking at the entirety of the stalker body. It's all stalker, head to toe. Well, except for the head, I get neck to toe. Well, this neck probably isn't stalker's neck. I mean, I can't really confirm that or deny that. So let's just say from shoulder to toe. And it's a good, I like the stalker buck. Way too many people fucking, I don't know, have issues with it. I don't. I think it's a good fucking buck. It is a good fucking base body, I think. And I mean, when you look at G.I. Joe, that's like what a lot of the original 13 were. They were literally the same figure, except different accessory, slightly different face, and different face paint. If like, not face paint, but different paint application to the face. Literally the entirety of the original 13, except for ones that were different, like Scarlet was Scarlet because she's a woman, so she was a different figure. But all the rest of them, like everyone's favorite, oh, everyone loves, like Zap. Like, bro, who the fuck loves Zap? Be real. Get real. You'll fucking shit on me because I love Chuckle and Lowlight, but you people are out here like, Zap is my favorite. Like, get real. So yeah, people who bitch about that piss me off. I like that. It feels consistent. I like the consistency that the line is starting to have now. I like that they reuse parts among the, like, to make original 13 type members. I didn't like the Breaker release. I didn't get the Breaker release. Not going to. I like this. I'd like to see, like, Zap and all those other idiots come looking like this, but with a different web gear, preferably. That's really all they need to do, in my opinion. But people will be like, ugh, what do you mean for $24? What do you mean for $25? They reused the figure. Ugh. Even though it's different web gear, different accessories and whatnot. How dare they? Silly people. Silly people. Like, if this figure was, like, any more than 25 bucks, I'd think, yeah, reuse is kind of unacceptable, but I don't think that because it's not more than $25. Like, if Snow Job was all reuse, I'd be really mad. Because it's like, damn. The fuck you mean he's 35 bucks? Silly people. But let's get on to articulation. Full 360 at the head. Up and down, you know, ball joint articulation. The neck is is a dumbbell joint. Full 360 at the arm. There's actually pretty good butterfly. There's room for the butterfly, but it doesn't. Okay, no, there we go. We got pretty good butterfly range, which is surprising given that this, I thought the overlay would block it a lot more, but it doesn't, so that's good. And then we get the bicep cut. Goes out at the arm. Oh, wow, that was off camera. My bad. Full 360. Goes out at the arm. Bicep cut. Double jointed elbow. Mine's a little tight. They always are a little tight sometimes. Swivel at 360 at the wrist. Swivel at the wrist. This is the up and down swivel or left and right swivel. Sorry, I'm like looking off camera. See, okay, yeah, this is the up and down swiveling wrist. Right back down. There's ab crunch, but it's all inhibited by the web gear. Belt's a little loose. Waist rotation though. Up at the leg, down at the leg, ball joint out. See, and what I really don't mind about them reusing the fucking Stalker shit is like they fixed the problem with the ball joint. Because the original Stalker, when that wave came out, just at the time, the entirety of this line was facing a lot of issues with like the seating of the legs on the ball joint. And it made it really tight, and like so tight you could snap them off. But now they've seemed to seat them all correctly now, and yeah, I don't mind that. I really don't. Sorry, you know, I'm just looking at it off camera, on camera. He's got a fat fucking jawline. Like, that's a crazy fucking jawline, man. Like, I don't know. That's almost getting into Falcon territory, and I don't like that. I don't like that. Thigh cuts. Get the thigh cuts. Double jointed knee, but mines are tight, so I'm gonna have to mess with that off camera. Boot cut. Rocker at the ankle. Swivel at the ankle. That's a really loose boot cut on that leg. But there we go. That's the articulation. Now let's look at the accessories. Comes with a knife, which I think might be new, but it's a fairly generic knife. It could be reused. Let's get that thing sheathed up in the sheath. There we go. As that actually gets in the way of the data pad, so we're gonna sheath that up here, I think is actually how it's supposed to go. Yeah. I don't know, I guess it is supposed to go down, but that just like gets in the way. You're never gonna flip that data pad down with that thing in the way. He's got a handgun, and it's a fairly generic handgun. Like super generic, like I don't think that comes with anybody else. It could though, because it's so generic, like I wouldn't recognize it. Let's get that in the holster. Bit of a weird placement for a gun holster, not gonna lie, but I don't mind it. And now I think we're on for the fun accessories. Firstly, I really love this just AK. It's very nice. Fucking hella bent ass barrel though. Ooh, but this plastic is firmer, so that's gonna suck to reshape. I'm gonna have to heat that up a lot. Like the barrel piece is actually the fucking, or well, I don't know, the end of the barrel here is really stiff, but up here it's more floppy, wobbly. Same thing with the butt. It's a little more firm towards the butt, but this bit here is just weird. Let's get the magazine in, because you know we'll lose it if we don't. But a very solid AK. I think the last one we got that looked this good was the one that came without back. Another fun, except my favorite accessory maybe, the rifle from the cartoon. And it's, wow, it's all one solid piece. Like this is really solid. It gets a bit loosey towards the end. But other than that, it's like a fucking solid ass rifle. It's solid chunk of plastic is what we like to see. The backpack, really generic, but I mean, this is a very, the idea is this guy's kind of supposed to be a little generic. Generic helmet that's come with a lot of figures, like the artillery roadblock, although I think it's been modified since then. Came without, but we got a modified version with rock and roll. We'll see another one of these with clutch. We'll see another one of these with someone else at some point. It's just how they go. Let's go ahead and get the on there. Yeah. It's a little loose on him. That helps hide his, like, fat jawline a little bit. Or, I mean, I guess at least makes it look a little more natural, I feel like. Damn, this figure's a little goofy. Silly goofy. Let's go ahead and get that off and get the head off, because we're going to look at the next accessory. I guess it kind of sucks I don't like this head sculpt that much. I don't know, you could probably Dremel these fucking jawbone lines down so much you wouldn't look so bad. Not jawbone, fucking neckline so bad. But this is a really good steel. This looks better than the one that comes with the actual fucking steel core. And I also like the one we got to see that's coming with the clutch figure. Oh, yeah, oh man, yeah, like if I were gonna troop build a figure, it would be this guy. Because that's, wow, that actually makes his neck look fucking tiny though. See that? Like, this helmet makes his fucking neck look tiny as hell. Maybe that's the problem, is the neck is kind of tiny. That might just be the problem. That's why the fucking head looks so bad, is because it's not because the head is too big, the neck is just too small. Okay, we're gonna set back up we're gonna set up for the sizzle shot, and then we'll just give final thoughts. Yeah, I kind of went for a more generic pose on this guy, because I just was blanking and didn't really know what to do. And my final thoughts is, you know, ominous foreboding, I suppose. It's like, it's a good figure in concept, but in execution, it's definitely flawed. I think it's just because of, like, the general quality decline within Hasbro. Like, the paint on the gloves for the hands is something I've noticed that's just kind of been going steadily down and down. That's why it's better when you get a figure with gloved hands instead of fingerless gloves, because the finger glove paint has just really been fucked up recently. Like, it didn't always look that bad. It's starting to look worse though now, and just the head sculpts are kind of declining, or at least this one, he was hit with a mad smack in the face of he got hit with the ugly pan. Not quite as bad as Falcon, but definitely at least once. He definitely got hit with it at least once. And just problem with that head sculpt really kills it for me. And I don't know. I just don't know. Tough, I suppose. The neck, and also just dumb decisioning, like making the jaw that prominent and the helmet also that big, when you're gonna make the neck tiny as fuck. Like, I think that is the average scale for the neck, so I guess that just means they made the head and the helmet too big. Not the helmet he's wearing right now, but the Steel Corp helmet is too big, I guess. It's tough. It's really tough. I don't know. I like the figure. I want to rate it higher than I'm going to rate it, but we're going to hit it with a 6 or a 7 out of 10. I think we're going to lean with a 7 out of 10. Could be better, but not the worst. Literally not the worst. I've seen worse. And yeah, this figure just really didn't do it for me like I thought it would, which sucks because I was really looking forward to it. I kind of thought though, you know, it just makes me regret buying it because I kind of had these thoughts before buying it. So if you're thinking like me, if you think that head looks too big, it is. Don't buy it if that's going to bum you out. Like, if that's going to ruin it for you, then don't get it. I'm going to recommend you don't get it. But if that's not going to bother you, then go ahead and knock yourself out. It's a solid figure. It's a 7 out of 10. It's not the worst, but it's really could have been better. Could have been an 8 out of 10 if that head sculpt was better. Could have been a 9 out of 10 if that head sculpt was better. Let's get that real. And it's not exactly the sculpt. It's just the scale. It's too big. It's like 1% too big. Maybe even 2%. So yeah, we're just gonna leave it at that. Hit it with a 7 out of 10. Drop a comment if you wanna, if you disagree, if you agree, if you have anything to say. Leave me a subscription if you want. And that'll be all for now. Hope to see you guys next time. Till then, peace.